This is where I teach you how to eat simple, healthy, delicious meals that are salt, oil, and sugar free. Today you're in for a treat because Passover is just about less than 2 weeks away. So I know we've all started thinking about what we're going to have on our Seder table. And so what I wanted to share with you guys tonight is my grandmother's Charoset recipe, but I'm not going to make her exact recipe tonight. That video actually will be out next week. So you will have it for Passover. This is my twist on her recipe because in her Charoset recipe, she has a lot more nuts and she's got the Manischewitz wine and all that. And I figured I want to put a little twist on it and not have it with wine, and I'm going to have it with pomegranate juice. And I also want to make it more of a dessert because typically, Charoset is a mixture of nuts and fruits and spices, and like I said, sometimes wine. But during the Seder, the Charoset symbolizes the mortar used to layer the bricks and the hard labor done by the slaves. But it also represents the sweet for the sweetness of freedom. This dish has been a part of our Seder ritual, and depending if you're Sephardic or Ashkenazi, there are so many different ways of making this. There is no right or wrong version of this. It's typically what you prefer, but it's generally with a lot of nuts and fruits and wine. But in this recipe, I'm not going to be using the wine. And I have such fond memories of Passover at my grandmother's house that I really wanted to add a little twist to this so that you guys could also have a different version of it. This has been part of our family ritual for many years, and it's just nice to be able to share it with you. I now want to welcome Erin to the show. Erin, it's nice to see you and hope you've had a wonderful, I haven't seen you in a couple of weeks, so
yeah,
everything going good? Everything's been going good?
Everything's good.
All right. And one thing I want to,
It's busy.
Oh, I know. And one thing I want to tell you guys is that these are going to look like little truffle balls. And it's really kind of cool because it's nice to have this at the table. So if somebody wants something sweet and they just want a little piece, because typically when you do the Charoset, it's more like a spread. And that's the recipe. You guys will get that next week. That video will be coming out. And, we put that on top of the matzah. We put it on the romaine lettuce. We make a sandwich out of it and we eat it. And it's absolutely delicious. And these freeze really well. In fact, they never, have you tried one frozen yet?
I haven't tried one frozen, but you gave me some, I think the last time I was here.
I did.
And they're really good.
But did you guys,
really liked them.
But Josh finished them all in one night.
Yeah,
or did he,
they didn't.
Okay, so they didn't last. Which is kind of funny actually, but I tell you, when it freezes, it never ever gets really hard. There's a little bounce to it, which is kind of nice. So we all love it completely frozen out of the freezer, and that's when we enjoy it. And in fact, last week I had the pleasure of having Wanda and her husband, the Hubermans, and over at my house, and it was such a joy to see them that I wanted them to yes, and Dr. Nathan Gershfeld from Fasting Escape. They were all here for dinner at our house, and it was so much fun. And I'm sorry you missed it because they wanted to see you.
I know. It was sad.
But I had them taste it, and they absolutely loved it. So I thought, okay. If they like it, then I can go ahead and share it with you guys. And in fact, a couple of my friends were over the other night and I had them try it. And the funniest thing is, I've never cared for peanut butter and jelly. I don't know about you, but growing up, I never liked it.
I liked it when I was growing up. My mom would make a heart.
Oh, that's
on the
sweet.
sandwich.
Oh, that's
On the
really
peanut butter and
sweet.
jelly.
Okay, but these guys, like Sherry and Adam, they said that this tasted and it reminded them of peanut butter and jelly. Did you find that as well?
I didn't think of that when I ate them before, but maybe my mind wasn't going there.
I'm telling you,
But now that you bring it up, I think, yeah.
There's a possibility.
Yeah.
So if you like peanut butter and jelly, apparently this tastes like peanut butter and jelly. I don't see I don't find it, but then again, I've never really eaten a lot of peanut butter and jelly because I don't care for it. But these are absolutely delicious. So
They are very good.
do we have any questions or any comments so far? People are probably just logging on.
Gina here and Kenny.
Oh, Kenny June, nice to see you, honey.
Gina said that she loves Charoset.
Oh yeah, and you know what? This Charoset that I'm making, that I'm showing you guys tonight, you guys don't need this. You don't need to make this just for Passover. I'm telling you, make these, keep them in the freezer, and at any time you just want a little something sweet, like an energy something, it's perfect. You really don't have to just make it for Passover. These are absolutely delicious that you can make anytime. Nothing yet?
Says, let's eat.
Let's eat. Yes, you're right. All right, so we're gonna start. I think that was our cue from Kenny that he wants to see what's going on. He's hungry. And the recipe for this, if you want to follow along, if you go to my website, it is on my recipe, and it is under desserts, and it's called A Twist on My Grandma's Charoset. God bless her for teaching me how to do this. I wish she was here with us, but you know, it was her birthday yesterday.
Aww.
Yeah.
This is in memory.
It is. It's actually in memory and in honor of my grandmother. Absolutely. So we have in this bowl, it's been soaking in here. We've got the medjool dates, the pomegranate juice, green raisins, and red raisins that have been soaking in here in this bowl, as you can see, for about almost 30 minutes now, because I kind of started late. But what we're going to do first is we're going to take hazelnuts and almonds. Now, with my grandmother, when she used to make this, she used to buy... Somebody found something on the web. I don't know what that was all about.
That's my watch with them under its own.
Anyway, growing up, I remember Grandma used to buy all the nuts completely raw, and then what she would do is she would toast it herself on the stovetop. So that's exactly what I did. These were bought raw, and then I went ahead and I toasted them. So you've got almonds and you've got hazelnuts. Now, should you want to use walnuts, you can, and the only reason I did not use walnuts is I'm allergic to walnuts. And in fact, in her original Charoset, it does call for walnuts. But again, I'm leaving it out only because of my allergies. So we're going to take the almonds and the hazelnuts. We're going to put them in the bowl. And we're going to pulse it until you get a fine powder. You got to be careful. Don't overdo it, because it's going to turn into a paste, and that's not what we want. So... Sorry about the noise. So that's probably pretty good, because it's going to get going even more. So once you have done all that, now you can go ahead and start adding everything else. And if you're curious about my food processor, it's the Breville Sous Chefs, the 16 cup, and I absolutely love it. It's finally I have a cup holder that's big enough that can do everything that I need it to do. So that's that. Anyway, now we're going to add our dates and our raisins that have been soaking in the pomegranate juice to the nuts, along with the liquid. You're going to add the liquid with it. Now, if you cannot find the green onions, the green raisins, go ahead and add the golden berries or the gold raisins. It's okay to do that. Next, we're going to add a cup of almond meal. No questions yet?
Nope.
Okay.
Stephanie says hi. Hi, Stephanie. Kenny says he misses us both.
Well, Kenny, you're going to need to come by and visit us.
I know. It's been a while since you've been here, Kenny.
Yeah, it has. So we're going to add the almond meal to this. I think Kenny's going to like this. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Kenny would like this.
I mean, I think
Penny, the next time you come, I'll bring avocados.
Oh, she brought avocados here tonight. All right, so we are going to add our spices. Our spices are dried coriander, cinnamon, clove, and dried ginger. And if you want to add, I've got 1/4 teaspoon going in here for the clove. If you want to add a little bit more, go for it. So we're going to add the coriander. And then we are going to add the clove. And then, let's see. Woo, you can smell that clove, right? Now we're going to add the cinnamon. And then we are going to add the ginger. All right.
Kenny says he eats matzah instead of crackers.
I'm not a huge fan of matzah. I mean, I have it for like the night of the service, but never been a huge fan of it. All right, so now we're going to process this. You're going to want to stop it halfway so that you make sure that you get everything off the sides. I had the, oh, there it is. And you're going to see that it's going to start to form. Oh my God, this smells so good.
It does smell good.
I don't know. I don't, I'm trying to get that peanut butter and jelly, but I can't. All right, so.
Now it's kind of doughy.
Yeah, now it's kind of doughy. It's kind of thick, as you can see. Now, we're going to put this in our bowl.
So you add the liquid after?
Everything's already added.
Oh.
Remember, the liquid is soaking up with the, there's only 1 cup of pomegranate juice, and that's already soaking with the raisins.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, and
So you put pomegranate juice in.
yeah, it's been soaking with the raisins and the dates.
Gotcha.
You know, the good thing about this recipe is that not everybody's going to want to put the manischewitz in here. And you could. And in fact, I was going to do like 3/4 cups of the pomegranate juice and 1/4 of the manischewitz. And everybody told me, no, leave it out. I'm like, all right, I'll leave it out.
So for this one, you just did pomegranate.
Yeah, because remember, not everybody's is gonna be wanting it with the alcohol.
Yeah.
Which is fine. And in fact, I remember because you told me not to because of Josh.
Yeah.
So
I've done it both ways, and it's good both ways.
yes. All right, so let's get the last of it out because we don't want anything to go to waste. Now, you guys, for those of you that are interested, on March 27th, Chef AJ, myself, and Carol Levy, we're doing a whole Passover thing on Facebook. So I'm sure AJ will be talking about it. But I want to give you guys a heads up. I'm going to be making Grandma's original Charoset, which is not this one. This is my version of hers. And then I forget what Carol's making, actually. But she's going to be making something yummy for you guys as well.
So Kenny asked, why not dark raisins?
There is dark raisins in here.
So there's dark and green?
There's the red raisins and there's the green raisins.
Okay. So a mixture of both.
It's a mixture of both because the green ones has a little tartness to it. So it gives it that sweet.
Different flavor?
Yeah, it gives it like a little different flavor, which is kind of. And the green raisins, if you guys can't find it, they have them all over the Middle Eastern stores. So Kenny, you should be able to find it in LA, no problem. Because there's a lot of Persian stores around Kenny's area. And then it's kind of fun that everybody gets their own little treat.
So Stephanie asked, are these guilt-free type of food?
No, there's nothing guilt-free about these. These are
This
very.
is definitely a treat.
This is definitely a treat, and this is why each person will get one, because they are very. This is very, very calorie dense. This is not for weight loss. I'm telling you guys that right now. But again, Passover is once a year, and it's not like we make this all the time. Although what I'm showing you tonight literally could be made all the time. So, just saying. No, these
Not
are
recommended.
not. Yeah, exactly. This is not what you call it, guilt-free.
Guilt-free.
Yeah, no. Listen, we're Jewish. A little guilt goes a long way. It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. What else?
Do you have a dicing accessory?
Dicing?
So I think maybe the chopper.
Oh yeah, if you go
you're referring to, Gina, on your Amazon store.
On my Amazon store, if you go, yes, the chopper is way in the back, and I'm not going to have you get it, but yes, I do have a chopper, and it is on my Amazon page, so you can go there and get it.
And where is your Amazon page listed?
It's on my Healthy Cooking page with Shayda. So if you even look up Healthy Cooking with Shayda, Amazon favorites, it should come up. Can you put a link? Can you put the link?
Is there already a link in there?
Yeah, there's a link in the show notes.
Okay. I'll put a link on the notes. On the chat.
Yeah, absolutely.
I haven't seen it online. But there's all kinds of good.
So you see how this is really sticky? This is what you want. You don't want it too watery and too. So I have this 1 inch, I believe this is a 1 inch melon scooper, whatever you want to call it. So what you're going to do is you're just going to grab it, put it in your hand, and then you're going to roll it. And then you're going to put it in here and call it a day. And then we're going to put this up here. I'm so glad Josh liked these. So far, everybody has liked them. But like I said, my friends tell me that it tastes like a peanut butter and jelly.
I know, I'm going to think of that when I try one tonight. Oh, she was referring to, do you have a blade for your food processor that dices?
This one, no. I think there's an attachment that comes with this that I could buy, but I did not.
Because that food processor comes with quite a few.
Oh, this comes with a shredder, potato. I mean, it comes with so many gadgets. It's not even funny. Bless you. But here we go. But aren't these fun? These would be. I think this is such a great idea to for the night of Passover.
Yeah.
That everybody gets their own little treat. Yeah.
Individual.
Yeah, and it's nice and clean. And I highly recommend you wear gloves. I know I'm pretty anal about wearing gloves. I don't know why, but I just do.
Well, you're very clean and neat and tidy.
Well, I don't know about that, but I just know me, even when I'm just like for myself sometimes, I will wear the gloves. surprised Kenny's not getting in his car right now.
It's like, I'm on my way. Come
Oh,
on
no.
over. No, he'd be in traffic for like
Oh my God.
3 hours.
And you
right
know
now.
what? I don't know but if you've noticed or not, but the traffic is just crazy again.
It's back.
Yeah, the traffic is back, that's for sure.
It is back.
So do we have anything else? Because look, this is pretty much done. I mean,
any other questions for Shayda?
do you have any questions? Does Kenny have any questions? Like I said, these are fun. It's a fun treat to have.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different. It's basically following Grandma's recipe. There's a few things missing from her original recipe. And like I said, her original recipe will be out next week. We've already filmed it.
Kenny said, there is enough alcohol with the 4 cups of wine at the Seder.
This Seder.
Seder. Sorry. No need for alcohol in the Charoset.
Okay, so, but the Charoset that I am making next week that I'm going to show you guys, Grandma's original recipe, it does have
A little bit.
it's got about a cup. And it's that, if you want to, it's the Manischewitz right there.
Yeah. See, she hasn't used it since.
No, I haven't. It's the Manischewitz.
There's too much of a glare. See it?
Yeah. So that's why I don't think that my little twist needed any more Manischewitz in there. Because Kenny's right. We drink a lot during the Seder.
Do you need to chill them, or how are they kept?
But these?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the best way of storing these is to put it in your freezer. They're phenomenal. They will never, ever, ever in your freezer get super, super hard. You know how some truffles you make and it'll get really hard, like you bite into it, it's like, okay, you got to let it sit for a little bit, like 5-10 minutes. This you don't need to. This directly out of the freezer and into your mouth, it is absolutely delicious. It's really tasty coming out of the freezer. So I don't know why it doesn't really, there's a give to it. So it'll never get super, super hard, which is kind of nice. But yeah.
You could also store it in just a refrigerator.
Oh, absolutely. You could store it in the refrigerator, but I think you get a longer shelf life out of it. That's why I said,
the freezer.
Yeah, in the freezer, and it's good for it's good for the freezer to have, that if you can manage to keep these treats in the freezer and not get to them and eat them all in one sitting, like someone we know that did that, hint, hint, Mr. Josh. But that being said, he can afford the calories.
Yeah, he can indulge every once in a while.
Right?
He doesn't do it very often. But.
No, but he can afford it. It's not something I could afford. I could do, but God bless him that he can. I'm envious of people like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope that you guys will enjoy this. Please, if you guys make this, make sure you post it. I'd love to hear your comments and how it went.
Let's see. Do we have any more?
I see people's stuff.
Is the recipe that is coming out next week vegan too?
Absolutely. Everything I make is completely 100% whole food, plant-based. Completely vegan. Yes.
Any other questions?
The recipe that's coming out next week will be Grandma's original recipe, exactly how she made it for Passover. I have not tweaked it or done anything to it. It is her recipe. This was the only one that I tweaked, and I did my own version, and it's primarily based off of, her original recipe. So I hope that I made her proud by doing this.
All right. Any other questions for Shayda?
Well,
how long have you been vegan?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Probably about 15, 16 years. But whole food, plant-based like this, oil-free, SOS-free, probably, it'll be going on 10 years come January 12th. So it'll be a big 10-year anniversary. I'll have to call Chef AJ, and her and I are going to have to get together and celebrate our 10 years together.
There you go.
Right? So, her and JP. And if you guys are not familiar with John Pierre, his name is John Pierre. He's with livingwithharmony.org. He does a lot of wonderful, wonderful work. If it wasn't for him, I really don't know where I would be right now. He completely changed my life around. And he's just a good human being, right?
Yeah, he is. We love JP.
Yeah, exactly. So please check out livingwithharmony.org. Check it out, John Pierre. He does do private sessions. He does coaching. And in fact, he's got a coaching program going on right now, which is absolutely wonderful. Have you been listening to the speakers? Oh, my God.
Yeah,
the
I talked to him today, and I said it was helping me so much.
It is. He talked to me today, too. That's funny. He made his round today of calling everybody. He just has the most spectacular guest speakers right now on. And it's just wonderful. He's just a good human being.
Yeah.
He really is. So if there's no one else, should I wrap it up?
Kenny says he has an event at 6:30. So I asked him what it was.
For what?
I don't know. He didn't say. Do you want to share, Kenny?
Probably has a hot date, you guys.
Uh-oh.
You better hear. Anyway, so it looks like there's no other questions. I mean, is there? I don't know.
Nothing.
Okay, so if there's no other questions, I want to thank you guys for being here for another episode of Healthy Cooking with Shayda. Please check out my website and my Amazon affiliates, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a thumbs up. And make sure you ring that bell, because that bell will let you know when we go live. Like I said, next week we will be out with the original Charoset recipe. And until then, take care, be safe, and remember, it's one meal at a time, one bite at a time, and one meal at a time. Have a wonderful night, you guys. Bye.